So you ever had those days where you just want to pinch yourself because you can't believe what is going on? Last night and today, I definitely have that feeling going on. We've been doing a lot with the farm lately. I'm kind of dumbfounded and blown away by where this farm has come in just a short amount of time. I mean, we started this just about a year ago. I mean, it wasn't even that long ago we started the farm, and we have already came so far. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself as I'm pushing up these piles of trees that we just pushed down, thinking, what's it going to be like in the next 5 years? You know, where are we going to be at in the next 5 years? It's an incredible feeling to see what God is doing in our life. And I've got this clear, super crystal clear vision in my head of where I want to go with this and where I want to take this, and that God has put this in front of me to not only feed my family healthy food, to feed other people and people in my community healthy food, and whoever else ends up buying from our farm. And it's just, I don't even know what really to say about it. I mean, when you get this unbelievably crystal clear vision in your head, you know God put that there for you. I had no idea that I was going to start a farm and get into chickens and into pigs. And now that we've got all this pasture land, we're going to get a couple cows here in a little bit. Pretty much when this, we got a lot of work to do before that comes, but now we've got the space for it. We just need to get fencing up and we can put a couple cows on the property. It's like, this is just phenomenal and I'm having a blast. So anyways, enough of my rambles. You guys will get used to those. Got to do a couple things to the tractor. I have this pulverizer here and I started using it. It was working okay, but there's some maintenance that we're going to have to do to this thing. As you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3 spikes missing on the back. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 spikes missing on the front of the pulverizer. And then what I also discovered is that this bearing is completely wiped out. It is seized up. This one is still turning, but I can tell that it hasn't been greased in who knows how long. So we've got some maintenance to do to this thing before I can get it up and running. So this week I'm gonna have to go get some bearings and we're gonna have to take that apart and fix that. So what this thing is gonna do is those teeth dig into the ground, and then that roller on the back actually smooths everything out as you go, essentially grading the land, smoothing it out, and leveling it. And as you guys can see, we have a lot of leveling to do. And the other good thing when I started using that thing that I discovered is it was actually dragging and picking up a lot of these sticks. So I'm just gonna start going and moving and putting all of this brush and sticks that's left into piles, so that we can get this all nice and cleared out so that we can create pasture land. And I think the goal with this pasture gonna be to get it up and nice and grown. And then we're gonna probably get a couple cows, and our laying hens, well, I'm gonna be building a chicken tractor, so stay tuned for that. That's gonna be a fun build. And we're gonna be running the chickens out here following some cows. And the reason why I want to do that is because a lot of my customer base that's buying from us keeps saying, if you get cows, let us know. We want beef. We want beef. So we might as well get a couple, start dabbling in that. We will rotationally graze this pasture to bring it back. This is a regenerative agriculture farm. This has been pine trees, so I need to do some soil samples and figure out what I need to get for this soil in order to make it good and healthy and make sure that it can grow what we want to grow out here. Luckily, we're not super sandy. We have a lot of topsoil. We have a little bit of clay mixed in at the bottom, but we should have really good drainage and shouldn't have to worry about that. But we're gonna have to get something done soon and start really working on this, because if we get any type of really big rains, obviously this is all dirt now. It's just gonna create a muddy, nasty mess. So my buddy Charlie's gonna be coming over this week to look at the ground with me, figure out what we need to do in order to get this prepped, leveled out, and ready for pasture seed. And then I have to figure out, what seed do I want to put down? Like, that's all stuff that, if you've never done it before, we don't know, and we have to learn it all. So this series on this is probably going to be a little lengthy in figuring out how to do this. And if you've never you know, created your own pasture land. I haven't. Stay along for the ride, because these are going to be how-to videos as I learn it, as I figure it out, and we'll see if it works and see if it fails. So today, let's get the tractor up and running. Let's keep pushing these piles up and together and continue the fires going and get as many sticks and stuff in there as we can. So essentially what I need to do is, I already took these bolts out, but there are 2 set screws here that hold it to the shaft for the roller, and I am sure those are not going to come out nice. So we're going to try and pry this off and hope that it slides off. Otherwise, I'm going to have to try and figure out how to get those set screws out. So let's find out. Pretty sure I'm going to end up having to torch this thing off of here. Oh, PB Blaster. Yes. I'm pretty sure that guy is going to be in the way. So this is an 1/8 inch. I'm actually very surprised that PB Blaster got in there so quick and got this stuff loose. So hopefully with these set screws out, this thing will just come right off. Is the goal anyways. Let's get something supporting underneath of the drum. All right, should have relieved the pressure off of it. Now let's see if this will come off. Let's let that PB Blaster set up a little bit. All right, so that pretty much worked the way I wanted it to. I wanted to be able to get that outer shell of the bearing off, because this is seized on here right now, so that I could get the puller on it. So let's find the right size socket for that bad boy. So now we should be able to get this 3-jaw puller around it. Make sure it's on there straight. Dang it. I keep having a problem with that center bolt getting out and hitting that collar. Just like that. Woohoo! So one of the good things about me being an ex-mechanic is I have all of the right tools to do all of this stuff. So that really definitely helps out on the farm. This is why I want to do a lot of these kind of videos for you guys and these how-to videos, so that you can kind of see how to do this stuff. That way you're not paying a whole bunch of money for somebody else to do it. And if you're watching this locally, I already have people ask me all the time to work on their stuff, and sorry guys, I really do not have time. So I got enough of my own stuff to fix. But if you watch the channel, I'm going to teach you guys how to do all this stuff. So now we got to take this bearing up the Tractor Supply and try to match it up. And we're going to do both sides. That way this roller spins the way it's supposed to and actually gets grease. Because guess what? If you grease stuff before you use it every time, or at least every 5 to 10 hours or so, your stuff will stay in good shape. So make sure you guys are greasing your equipment. Don't just let it go thinking it's lifetime bearings, because there's so much stuff on this tractor that had it got greased, it would not be so slopped out. But good thing is, mechanic bought it, so I'm gonna get everything fixed up and working the way it should. Thinking something like this bad boy might work out pretty good. I don't know about for $1,600. I could probably find a cheaper one than that. To get that ground nice and leveled out and cleared out. Well, I wonder if I can rent one, because I won't need it for a really long time. I just need it to get that pasture in shape, and then I'll be good to go. Got all the goodies. Could get a really nice tiller for the tractor. Why's everything gotta cost so much money? I tell you what. It's like you get a tractor and then you just want to buy all the implements and attachments you can find. Box blade. Ooh, what's this thing? Oh, it's a manure spreader. Might need that to spread some lime down on that field. See? We just need toys. That's all us guys need. We just need toys and we'd be happy. So first went to Tractor Supply. They did not have the bearing that I need. So now we're at Family Farm and Home, and we will see if they have it. So one nice thing about being in Cedar Springs, because I am only 5 minutes from Tractor Supply and Family Farm and Home where we live, which is really, really useful for a farm. It's also dangerous because you just end up going to the store a lot, but whatever. I'm just glad to have it here, because that would suck if you were like, you know, half hour, 40 minutes from a Tractor Supply. You'd really have to plan stuff out, and you know, if something breaks, you may not even fix it that day because it takes so long to get to Tractor Supply. Where having it really nice and close, we can get to it really easy to try and find parts and such. My gut is saying they're probably not gonna have this bearing either, and I'm gonna have to wait until Monday and see if I can find it locally, but we'll go in and find out. All right, so Family Farm and Home has what we're looking for. We need 2 of those, and we're gonna need the bearings too. Where's the bearing, Lottie? Is this it?
Yeah.
This is it? Do we need to get a new one?
Yeah.
Is that one junk?
Yeah, that one's good.
That one's junk? Okay. Lucky I have you. Oh. We're trying to get the right bearings here. That looks like it's the same diameter. We need that one. That one right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Turn it. There's none left. That's how it always goes, Lottie. Trying to find something and it's gone. I swear. Think everything is going great. You get here, you're like, sweet, they've got the collar, but then they don't have the bearing in stock. It's gone. So let's go up there and find out if they've got one. Can't take this kid anywhere. There's one more seat right there. Is that for my seat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would that be pretty cool to get?
You can't fit in it.
I probably can't fit in it, but you and Skylar can fit in it.
Yeah.
Should we get one?
Mm-hmm.
What would you do with it?
It drives like this.
Rum, rum, rum.
Mm-hmm. And there's a button right here.
There's a button right there?
Yeah, the door. Turn on.
Oh my goodness. Stop being so cute. All right, let's go. Okay. See, you already know how to get in and out of it. We're going to have to tell Mom. We're going to have to get one. Are you stuck? Got it. All right, let's go. Turn to the left. All right, well, because I really want to get that project done, because more than likely I'm going to be pulling that pulverizer off for a little bit, I'm just going to go get the bearing from Sparta. Don't really want to, but it is what it is, because I know I'm going to put the landscape rake back on and start trying to clean up some of the brush and the branches that are still left from the bulldozer. And then after that, I will be using the pulverizer. So might as well get it finished. And then when Whitney and Tabitha start doing the garden, I'm gonna need the pulverizer to till up the ground. And the thing I like about that pulverizer is we're not really going to do like a full till garden. It's going to be more of a no-till garden, so I don't really want to ridiculously disturb the ground. And that thing is not going to completely destroy the ground, meaning it's not going to till up a bunch of soil. It's, you know, the spikes go down about 1.5 inches to 2 inches, and then it smooths it out on the backside with that roller. So it's going to be the perfect amount of movement for the ground for them to start planting stuff. So I want to get it finished. So we're just going to run and get it. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Okay, good news. We got the bearing, got everything we need to fix the pulverizer, and I only had to drive like 20 minutes out of the way. So we got the one. The other side is good. I was going to replace both of them, but realistically the other one is still spinning. So we're going to try and grease it. If it won't take grease, next time I'm on Plainfield, I'll stop and grab another bearing so that we can replace the other side. But we're just going to hope that it takes grease and keep it greased. Can't stress that enough. Keep it greased. Okay, let's go home and get this installed. All right, so we are back. Okay, so obviously grease fitting is going to go up. It's going to go right here. So to put this bearing in, extended part sticking out. So you put it in like this. Okay, well this is not going in as easy as I thought it was going to. Okay, so with this bearing design, these bearings kind of sit in that housing, and they are replaceable. So if you don't break the housing or you're able to get it out, you can replace them. So you just kind of got to tap them in. All right, so I ended up having to use a punch to get it in there. But if you ever wanted to have to take this thing out, you would just pound it sideways. There's these little relief tabs there, and then it just comes out just like that. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed. So the next thing I like to do, and I wish I had some emery cloth, but I don't right now, so I'm just going to use this Scotch-Brite pad. Just clean it up. So if I had some emery cloth, I could actually take a little bit of material off this thing, but this is going to have to work. You just want to get it nice and clean, free of any debris or rust. That way your new bearing will just slide right on there. Sure doesn't. Not yet. So we'll keep cleaning it until it slides on there nice. Yep, just like that. So it's pretty much on. We'll tap it on the rest of the way. Just want nice little love taps. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. And for the rest of the way, you can just take your bolts and run those down. It should pull it in the rest of the way. All right, well, I thought that my memory card filled up, but I ended up finding one that was open. So I actually already finished it because I needed to get it done, but I ended up finding a good memory card. So, because I really wanted to show you guys. So before I did this, this bearing was so bad, this thing would literally not move. You can see I barely touched it, and now it's moving. So got the bearing in, got everything pressed together, got everything bolted down. Now check out how well this is supposed to roll. Oh yeah. So that's how good it's supposed to roll. So now let's go see how it works out in the dirt. Oh yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. So what I really like about this thing is for cleaning up all this brush, I can drag it. It's just picking up all this brush. Pick it up, slow down, drop it back down. That's exactly what I was hoping that it would do, because there's a lot of extra sticks and stuff out here, so it's doing exactly what I was hoping. It grabs the sticks, it gets full, lift it up, drop it back down, keep going, and there's a whole bunch of piles over there of stuff that I can pick up with the bucket and just keep moving. So probably a couple days of doing that, I'll have this nice and cleaned up and leveled out. I don't know what we do without tractors. I really don't, but I love it. What are you piggies doing? You guys having fun? When I get back from getting groceries, I'll get you some food, okay? You guys just keep eating out there. Keep foraging, okay? All right, well, there you have it. The pulverizer is fixed. Did you guys learn anything on there? They're not too hard to fix as long as you got the right tools. Hopefully I gave you some tips and tricks if you ever have to get into any of those kind of bearings yourself or have to replace any of that kind of stuff yourself. Don't hesitate to ask me questions. If you've got something you're working on that you can't quite figure out, shoot me an email or a text. I'll throw everything down in the description so that you guys can get a hold of me. More than happy to answer questions for you. I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to fixing stuff and repairing stuff and diagnosing electrical problems and all that kind of stuff. So I am more than willing to help you guys. I really appreciate you watching. Smash that subscribe button, hit that like button because it really does help these videos out. We'll see you on the next video. God bless, guys.